welcome to the Scratticus Academy. We are back with the Hika Guard. I'm so excited for this game. Before I hand over to Heavenly, just a few things first. Please could you check out the links coming up in chat. That includes the Discord, where you can find the channel for the Hika Guard and the shenanigans and our weird space baby that we are about to adopt. Also, if you have missed anything, please check out YouTube. Our playlist for all of our games there if you would like to catch up or just binge watch. I do both. Also, a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors in the form of Hero Forge. You will see some of those probably in the pre-screen, and also during the break you will get to see some of our characters from this game in Hero Forge. Also, Major and Press. Dark Matter's out. It's amazing. I love it. It's been 2 years in the making, and it's space. It's wonderful. Also, last but not least, the Deck of Many, who have created Humblewood, which looks like an incredibly wholesome game, and also, because I have them in front of me now, these moving magic cards, which are super cool, which I love. Yeah, I'm going to be playing with these for a bit. Otherwise, I'll hand over to Heavenly. Oh, hi.
Hello, it is I, Heavenly, and we're here back with the Hika Guard after a 3-week absence, so I've already forgotten how to play the game, so this will be so much fun for everyone. As we just make up rules and make memories and friends, and yeah, that's what I have to say. I realized that I said that, and then I remembered what I titled this episode, so I was like, oh, are we gonna make friends? We're definitely gonna make memories, for sure. Some people might be a little freaked out. I'm joking. This is a great game. It's so wholesome. There will be no body horror. It's a family. This is a family, and families are full of blood, you know? So it's not weird. I don't have anything else to say.
Weird. You're making it weird, Heavenly.
The more you say it's not weird, the weirder it gets.
What do we do from here? Do we go around? Do we do introductions? I've forgotten already.
Yeah, head round. Let's say hi to everyone.
Do you say who we're saying hi to?
I can do. Let's say hi to the very lovely Hans.
Do you talk? Do I talk?
What is the arrangement here?
I had not thought about how much blood a family is full of until now.
Like a measurement.
I gotta admit, I would have been okay without that insight. But yes, so I'm Hans and I'm here, and that's pretty much everything everybody needs to know. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna play Hika Suzuka today. He's a very stable mystic with absolutely no problems whatsoever. And I think we've officially adopted the Space Baby, but I mean, we will see.
I think like Space Baby just screamed at us last time. I want to see what Space Baby looks like.
Fair.
Then let's hop down, and I don't want to butcher your name, Rich. I'm gonna butcher your Twitter. What is your Twitter handle? I'm sorry.
Hi everybody, my name is Rich. I go by Quixotic on most social media. That's KWIKSOTIC. And I am going to be playing a droid named M-AEE or Matey.
Oh, I love it. Awesome, thank you. And then we're gonna hop over to lovely Chantel B. Oh, hi.
Yes. Oh, hi. I am Chantel B. I am on Twitter at Chantel B. Today I'll be playing the slightly strange and who knows what accent will come out of Sylvana Silversheen.
Such a mood. Oh, it's me. Also, I'm Alice. I'm also White Rabbit Pick on Twitter, and I am playing the pilot of the ship, Imogen Carter, who I think piloting is the only thing she is good at. She likes to think she's a quick talker and can handle a situation, but she can't. So I will hand over to now the lovely Heavenly. Oh, hi.
Hey, Heavenly, real quick, should we talk about Alice's Patreon and how she has
Forget
one?
that
And there are a whole bunch of like
Yeah.
Christmas images and PAX images. Everyone should check it out.
They're all coming in the next week. All the shoots are arriving.
Thank you, Hans, for reminding us. Alice is such a great photographer, and if you want to see some of her really amazing photography,
whichever you want.
I like photographers better.
That's, do you know, I'll call them that from now on, just for you.
All right. So where we left off last, the two of you had broken out of jail. So that's really cool. And you did it and you got a ship. And you were preparing yourself for your journey to who knows where when Kai, you heard a strange sound and you turned to see a very strange creature watching you from the corner of the cockpit.
Seems rude to call Imogen strange like that.
It's so true, though.
From the other corner of the cockpit.
The other corner. Okay, the other strange creature. Got it. No
and I'm
problem.
like, what are you looking at? As you look in my direction.
So, should I ask how strange this creature is? Can I ask you to describe the strange creature?
Yeah. I think I described it last time. It's a good thing I did write it down, or else the answer to that question would be no. I cannot describe it a second time. But
Baby Yoda, baby Yoda, baby Yoda, baby
Baby
Yoda.
Yoda, baby Yoda, baby Yoda.
So this creature is bone white with long, awkward legs and small tucked-in arms. It scuttles along close to the ground. When sitting still, its sharpened knees reach its chest, and the unmistakable webbing of wings peeks out from where its arms are pressed against its side. Its face is expressionless, no nose, no eyes, and a small mouth filled with sharp white teeth.
Are you going to do the yell again?
I missed
I think it was something like...
It was very good.
Child.
Imogen.
And she's like in the pilot seat, like, what?
Oh, you definitely heard that, Imogen.
Yeah, I'm like, this ship makes weird noises, like banging on some of the sides, trying to work out what everything is. This is a familiar ship to her and sort of basic, but she doesn't know all the... In her ship, normally she knows what every noise does, everything she knows, but this is different. She's like, what the hell was that? I haven't even tried that. And then she starts pressing to things to see if that's what made the noise.
We have company.
Sort of swings around on her chair. Makes just eye contact with this creature.
Well, this creature has no eyes, so...
I am more unnerved. I make
Face contact.
Face
contact.
contact with this creature.
As you're staring at it, its head is, moving, and its little arms are tucked in, and you can hear a little, and you see that it has a little nub tail that's thumping against the ground.
Does that come with the ship?
Got here.
Excuse me, like it's sort of like not that doesn't go near it, but sort of crouches down for a moment to look. Is it? What is it?
When you crouch down, it kind of hunches further in, and then it slowly unfurls itself. And when it's hunched over, it's only about 6 inches. And as it stands, it actually comes to about 1.5 feet. So it gains quite a bit of length as it stands up, and it slowly wobbles over to you, and it outstretches one of its tiny little hands.
I won't lie, I thought you were going to say 6 foot, and then I was going to scream. I think Imogen is like weirdly fascinated, and all of her senses go, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it, but she finds her hand almost like mimicking what this thing's doing, and it's just like E.T. homing it.
You touch fingers, and it's very warm, the creature. Like uncomfortably warm. It makes you feel a little icky when you touch it.
Oh, that's never good. She sort of holds on to it for a little
But
bit.
he's soft.
Like,
He has soft hands.
You have very
He has a
soft
really
hands.
nice manicure.
He has nails but no eyes.
Why is that weird? Maybe he's not from a planet where he needs eyes but needs nails. Why are eyes more important than nails in your hierarchy of biology?
She pauses and holds her hand out more so that this creature can take it rather than her take the creature. Question, are we in flight? Like,
Yeah.
have we taken... Okay, we've taken off. We're not like in a rush of we're being chased and I'm just trying to like... Yeah. Yeah.
Do you hold your hand out flat like this, or
It sort
what are
of
you
holds
doing?
it out, not completely flat, like super flat, but like almost as if offering a hand rather than... And it like constantly looking at Kai like...
What do you feel like your intent is right now? What are the emotions that you're feeling?
I think she was nervous at first, but now she just doesn't want to scare it. She's intrigued by this creature. I'm assuming she's never seen anything like this before. And also she doesn't want it to... she's seen the teeth. So she, one, doesn't want it biting her or Kai, and two, doesn't want it gnawing on anything important in the ship if it gets angry.
Okay. So you put out your hand and all of these thoughts are racing through your head. You know, what is this? You've definitely never seen anything like this. What if it bites me? What if it, does some damage to the ship? But you aren't frightened of it. You're just more curious.
Yeah, she's got that process running through her head. You know, when people just like wake up one morning and there's a cat in their house and you're like, is this how I get a cat? This is like now.
Yeah. As you hold your hand out flat, the creature's, expressionless face kind of moves like this. And you would say almost as if it was smelling, but there's no nose. And so it can't ostensibly be sniffing you, and its mouth is closed. And it slowly starts to shuffle a little closer to you, and it lays its face down in the palm of your hand.
Just like face down. And she's got that moment of like, whoa, that's weird. And then looks at Kai and is like, can we keep it? Like,
We're obviously keeping it.
I mean,
Where would we put it?
look. I mean, I think this is the front and is like trying to look. But
yeah, this close you can see that it has very thin skin. It's not like translucent, you can't see through it, but it doesn't seem to have any pigment. The skin feels very soft but very thin, and you can see the nubs of its spine as it's hunched over. It's a very thin creature. You don't know that it's emaciated. You don't really know anything about these things. And you can see that its tail ends in kind of a rough knot, almost as if it had suffered an injury, and that it's not a natural end to the tail. Kind of has a knot of scar tissue.
and she's like, she doesn't want to move her hand now because its face is just in the palm of her hand. Do you have a name? And that is like listening to maybe the back of his head, I guess.
When you speak, it moves its head again, but it doesn't make an obvious sound. You can hear a rumbling kind of through its chest and stomach, but it doesn't make a screech like it did before, and it doesn't seem to be able to talk.
And looks up at Kai. Do we name it? Do you name it? Is that what you do?
So Kai's having the thought, maybe this thing is attuned to the way, since it has no eyes and no nose. Maybe it uses some sort of telepathy to communicate. So Kai, of course, is not going to explain this to Imogen. He just closes his eyes and zones out like he usually does.
Okay.
And at that point, can I try to make an attune roll?
Yeah, definitely. You are trying to attune specifically with the creature, or are you trying to... So I guess my question is, are you attuning just specifically to the creature focusing, or are you kind of looking throughout the ship as a whole? Are you attuning for any signs of the ways around you?
Right, like stowaways, explosive devices we didn't know about. No, definitely focus directly on the creature with no regard for anything else out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead and make an attune roll. And as a reminder for viewers and also our players, one of the things that you typically do before a roll is you kind of mark the situation. Is it controlled? Is it risky? Or is it stupid? And this is definitely going to be a controlled situation. I don't think we need to make a roll for this because you're on your own ship. For all intents and purposes, it's your ship now. And you're not being chased by anything, so I don't think there's any reason. So go ahead and we'll make a roll under a controlled set.
I did write my name on the ship earlier, just so we're clear.
Okay, good. It's yours.
Let's see. Why do I think it works like that? Okay. So this is one where clicking the button doesn't do anything, right? I've got to actually figure out my dice in the
Yes, you have to roll however many d6 you have for attune.
Yes. Okay, so I've got a 2 in that. So here I go rolling 2d6 as my dog barks at us. Ooh, that's real bad.
You close your eyes and you focus, and I think I'm going to give it to you anyways because I don't really see any reason why you shouldn't have it, even though you rolled.
That's very nice of you. Thank you.
It's just, I'm like trying to think of like how I block this, and I'm like, I feel like whatever I come up with is just going to cause more chaos.
Do you want me to spend my advantage and roll again? Does that make you feel better?
No. So
Okay.
you reach out, you close your eyes and you reach out telepathically to this creature. Rather, you kind of are pushing these tendrils of your understanding of the way towards this creature to see if you feel anything back. And are you thinking of a phrase or anything, or is this just kind of more of a meditative outreach?
Definitely the second one.
Okay. So as you reach out with your way, you do feel a tug in response. And you hear in your head a little tiny voice go, I haven't actually thought of a voice for this creature. Oh, hello.
Oh God, I love it.
So, Imogen, yes, it does communicate telepathically.
She sort of holds it in her, like, just the face in her hand. She sort of like has started to like just stroke the back of its head.
I should probably say hello back. Hello.
Who are you and where is Sara?
I'm Kai. Imogen is holding your face. We don't know Sara.
Sara was the captain of this ship.
Imogen is now the captain of the ship.
Oh. Okay.
Question: is Kai literally stood there and I'm holding a creature's head and everything is silent and Kai is
Yes.
I'd like to just sit back for a moment and like, because this happens often every time we meet something like this.
Will you allow me to stay?
Oh yeah, we were definitely planning on you staying. Do you have a name that you prefer?
You may call me Lana.
Good name.
Thank you.
Okay. Imogen,
Yes.
the creature's name is Lana.
Hello, Lana. Just as she sort of still holds the head. And anything else?
Lana, do you have pronouns that you prefer?
No. You may call me Lana. I will retire to my garbage pit where I sleep every night. I ask that you do not disturb me during my sleeping hours. I need 17 hours of sleep every day, or my wings come out and I take flight.
Sounds reasonable. Sure.
She's saying.
Okay, so Lana, no pronouns, and sleeps in the garbage pit 17 hours a day.
17 hours. Am I supposed to know what to feed Lana or anything like that? Do they want some clothes?
Lana, do you want any clothing?
I could make a jumper. A little sweater.
Do you find my flesh to be tantalizing?
Imogen, do you find Lana's flesh to be tantalizing?
She looks
Lana's face
over you,
rolls
like-
in your hand, and it's kind of, it's this. I think we'll just call the face plate, the face area. The face
Right.
area is in your direction.
And I've only heard Kai turn to me and say, "Do you find Lana's skin tantalizing?" Right? Okay, I'm like, not really. But is it rude if I say no?
I have no idea. This is a very literal translation.
Oh. It was just in case you wanted to be more comfortable. She says
Lana,
to the faceplate.
Yeah, Imogen was just offering to make you more comfortable.
I am most comfortable when I feel nothing against my very tender skin. It's very sensitive.
Understood.
And what's this head thing? Like, is this a comfortable thing? Is this how they say hi? Or
So Imogen wants to know if this is a good thing where you're putting your head in her hand.
Yes, it is a sign of trust, because she could, if she wanted to, squeeze so hard my head exploded. I have no bones.
oh my god, you've made a leggy stress ball.
Everything is great. Everything's going well.
Lana's
You
gonna
simply
go to sleep
open the garbage can. And if I'm not there, you. And Lana lifts its head up and hunches back down and then scurries away really fast.
So we just look in the garbage if we want to find Lana.
Mm-hmm. Or Lana will find you.
Or
now.
Lana
That's
just
more
may just appear.
nerve-wracking. Okay.
This is exactly what cat ownership is like, right, Alice? I mean, this is the exact scenario that you would be in normally.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't have a course or anything, but let's just get as far away from that prison as possible. And she's going to sit back down, look at her
That's a good
hand
point.
briefly for a moment, take out a wipe.
Your hand is completely dry.
It's just completely dry. There's no...
Yeah,
okay,
Lana's not moist at all.
good to know. And just takes command of the ship and steers them as far away from the prison planet as possible.
Okay. Are you putting a destination? Like, what do you do to fly away? What is your kind of... Do you open any space maps? Do you go to futuregoogle.com /maps?
If I go to Google Maps, I'm going to be in any number of universes. I won't know. Either way, I won't be at the destination I put in. I think she pulls up some maps of what at least is in the local area, probably hoping to find something, whether it's to stock up on supplies, stock up on fuel or anything, because she's very aware they've stolen the ship and it won't necessarily have everything they need on it.
Okay. In front of you is this screen, and you tap in the corner where, like, I think there's some things that are pretty standard across all spaceships, just like there are things that are standard across all cars. So even though this is not a spaceship that you're familiar with, the console makes sense to you. So you know a bit of what you're dealing with. And so you go and you click in the corner to bring up the map, or what part of the screen would bring up the map. And you see something a little unusual. So you see a standard map, which has the system as a whole, a little marker indicating that you were in the system Iota, and you're not too far off Lithio. So all of that makes sense to you, and it's in this yellow kind of glow. But overlaid, rather underlaid, it seems to be under the known map, you see all of these strange hyperlanes that you've never seen before.
And she looks very intrigued by the hyperlanes. She knows it's not the safest route, but there's part of her that's just like, don't do it, don't do it, don't just stare into it. Just talk to Kai first. We should talk to Kai. I'm very sort of open. She's like, Kai, there's something else on the map that's not normally here, and I really think we should go into it.
Okay, that sounds fine.
Great, I'm glad you agree. And I'd like to go straight into that hyperlane.
Okay.
Literally take it on a full 360 turn if I have to.
So the way that the system works is that there are 4 systems, and each system is connected through a series of gates, though not all of the systems are connected directly. So for example, Iota's next closest system in distance is Holt, but you cannot get to Holt from Iota. There are no space lanes, there are no gates that exist. These hyperlanes that you're seeing are kind of like illegal shortcuts. The gates were made by the hegemony, so they're patrolled, they're understood, they're theoretically safe as like basically little mini wormholes can be in the future. But these dark lanes seem to be going off outside the edges of Iota in ways that you wouldn't think would lead to another sector. So they aren't clear forward paths. There's not like a secret highway that's connecting Iota to Holt or to any of these other systems. There just seem to be lanes that aren't part of the standard shipping routes or travel routes.
Okay. If anything, that would appeal to her more. She likes to probably, I say, pilot dangerously. If there's an opportunity to do some fancy stuff at the same time, she'll try do it.
Okay.
But yeah, she'll head in that direction.
All right. As you begin to steer your ship towards one of these dark hyperlanes, you get a notification that a call is incoming.
And she, first of all, she looks around for the button that like does the call. She's like, Kai, can you get that? Like, as she's trying to focus, she's not really looking at it, she's just trying to hit all the different buttons to see if one actually goes off.
Yeah, Kai also doesn't know which button to hit.
Yeah.
You guys hit some weird buttons, like there are some strange noises, the ship like stops, artificial gravity turns off and then back on for a second. And you find the button that answers the phone call, and popping up from your screen, kind of like a holograph, is the figure of a sorry, let me double check the name of this race. Mamesh. As the figure of Mamesh, which is an aquatic race. So he's very fish-like in his appearance, or what you as a human would think looks like a fish. And as he looks at you, he begins to speak and he goes, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then a little delayed you hear, oh, this is quite interesting. You were not who I was expecting. And before we continue with that path, let's go to Sylvana. Is that how it's pronounced? Sylvania?
Yep. Sylvana.
Sylvana.
Yes.
You have been looking for someone For about how
Yes.
long now have you been in pursuit of your mark?
2 years. 2 years and he keeps running.
In your time over the years looking for him, you've made a few connections. Nothing that would weigh you down, haven't settled. You've kind of constantly been on the move, but you've been able to put out feelers, promises for favors in the future, or payments for favors you have already paid. And that if anyone finds someone who sounds like Damon or sounds like the ship that you were looking for, you were to be notified. And
Yes.
while you are in the system of Holt, you get an email from a former contact, and the email is very curt. And it simply says, saw the ship last on Mem, leaving but didn't know where. I think this leaves us square. Damn it, I didn't need to rhyme. That sucked. That was shitty. I hate that just happened.
It's okay, no problem. Don't do it again.
And the email is unsigned, but it seems to have given you a lead.
Very good. How do I get to the lead? How do I get to there?
You were already in the system of Holt, and Mem is a
Perfect.
planet within the system, and you think it would just be a few hours away.
Very well. I will make haste.
What is your playbook again?
Mystic.
Oh, okay. On your way to Mem, do you want to do any research on the planet, or are you just kind of going straight there and figuring you'll figure things out as you get there?
I will go. I will figure it out. I will find him, and he will suffer.
That's valid. All right.
Yes.
You settle in for a journey that takes a few hours. And as you get closer from the outer space of Holt, you get closer and closer to Mem. Mem is a pretty well populated planet. It's an ocean planet. It's the planet that the Memesh are from. And so there seems to be a bit more traffic as you're coming in. And as you're getting closer to the planet, you get a hail on your intercom that information is being requested from the port at Mem. And this is a very standard hail. It's just a flash of light, and then a series of texts appear that says name, business, papers. And you would know that the papers are like basically proof of ownership. It's like your insurance and your driver's license and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Would I have papers?
Did you steal the ship?
I do not have papers.
Okay, you don't have papers.
Okay.
Do you think that you would do you think you would reasonably have fake papers, being someone who steals ships frequently? Because it's not, I don't think that would be wild if you did have fake papers.
I would have fake papers.
Okay, yeah. So you have fake papers.
Yes.
What do you
name?
write?
Silvana.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I would say my actual name, Silvana. Mm-hmm. Business. Holiday. It sounds nice. I'll come back at some point.
Okay. You send off this information, and it's just a few fraction of a seconds before a voice comes over your speakers, and it says, what's the name of your ship?
The Freedom.
The Freedom?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Freedom, your papers check out. You are all free to land. Go on into gate D13. I will remind you that it is monsoon season on Mem. I hope you enjoy your holiday.
I hate rain. It will be great.
You are able to make your way into the port quite easily. And as you dock, you realize that you've been to so many places that you know that this is like a very standard, like, tourist dock.
Okay. Very nice. I get out and take a look around. Who is the very first person I see?
I think the very first person you would see... Well, let's just make this fun. As you are, unloading, you're landing in dock. I love that we use like ship terms for spaceships. You're pulling up to dock and you're throwing your anchor. You see that another ship is in the space just next to you, D12, and they have begun to unload. And the first that comes off is this very kind of swaggering human figure. And right behind him appears to be a droid. Matey, can you tell us what you look like?
Yes. I am a tall, sleek figure, and I have a mishmash of plating of black and gray coloring.
All right. Sylvan, you see this human figure, this wide human man, and a droid right beside him. And what do they first see? What would they see when they look at you?
A human wearing sort of cut off overalls. So they're up to her waist, and then she's wearing suspenders for the rest, green suspenders, bright green lipstick, dreadlocks that go down to her waist. And she's holding a cat's cradle at all times.
As this other human gets off the ship, they take a big, deep breath of air, and he goes, you smell that, matey? Ocean, salt, waves, beach babes. Yeah, this is the place.
I do detect a high level of salt in the air.
How many babes do you detect, matey?
What is your criteria for babes?
You've seen my search history. You know.
Compiling. Five.
All right. I was hoping there'd be a little more, but I think I got it from here. What do you say we take a week off? Recuperate. I think we earned it.
Whatever you prefer, Captain.
While I'm here, please call me by my name. I named this person Sara before I realized it was going to be a man. Because nothing I do makes any sense. Please. While we're here, just call me Sara.
Oh,
my family name.
I wouldn't feel comfortable not referring to you by your proper title.
Man, droids. You guys are so crazy. All right, Captain is fine, but I think we should split up because, no offense, but you really kind of harsh my mellow.
I have heard that a lot.
Why don't you just let loose for once, you know? Wasn't it fun running away from your master and joining us in our fun space pirating, you know? Remember when we boarded that other ship? And I was like, give me all your cred. And you were like, sir, please don't kill the children. And I was like, ugh, matey, you're such a downer. But then I didn't, and I felt good for the first time in a long time.
I have a perfect memory, so yes, I do remember that.
No, matey, love you. But you're kind of boring, so we are going to need to split up.
What do I do?
I don't know, find an outlet, stick something in it, experience life.
Okay.
Where was the nearest babe? Did you have a location?
Does that not take the fun out of it?
Matey, you are so right. You are so right. And he kind of adjusts his shirt and strides forward and walks by you, Sylvan, and kind of nods, but continues on his way.
Do I follow you?
No, I've already left. You can't follow me. Bye, matey. Have fun. Do something fun while I'm gone. Do it for me. It'll be so much fun. Watch the ship. Don't let it get taken. I'm leaving. Oh, the door's closing. I'm in an elevator. It's so slow. Bye.
I guess you probably walk up till Savannah and be like, "Hello."
I hear you harsh mellows.
It is improper to listen into other people's conversation.
Yes.
Do you, perchance, know how to have a fun time?
Yes.
May I accompany you?
Are you a fun time? Do you have fun times? Do you know how to have fun times?
I do not. That's why I need your help.
You managed to find babes. I am looking for a babe.
Which babe?
My babe.
In my games, babes are quantifiable measures. In my world, you can quantify babe.
Would you like me to use the captain's criteria for babes, or do you have your own?
Captain's criteria for
know.
babe is six fingers, in case anyone was wondering.
Oh.
What is captain's criteria?
It is 6 fingers. He
My
is
babe
not
does
a
not
complex person.
6 fingers is lots of math. I am looking for my babe. Can you find?
I need more information than just my babe. I have found 4 million my babes.
I only have one. So your criteria is wrong.
More data would be sufficient.
Is this doll named Damon? Where is looking for? Can you find?
I would need to connect to a data port to get more data.
Do I have a Google plug?
You don't. Well, what information do you want to give Matey? Are you wanting to plug him into your computer and give him kind of what you have on Damon? Or are you wanting to plug into the general internet of this station?
I'm looking for the ship.
Okay.
Which I suspect Damon would be near to.
All right. Well, you are in the port area where all the ships go. You're in D ring, which you assume you don't know how this station manifest or how it categorizes incoming ships, but you assume that D is probably more like a visitors section. You don't know what Damon was doing on the station, so you're not sure which kind of port he would be in. But if you wanted to search this port, there are like port manifests. Anyone who comes in and docks and then leaves, their ship has to be registered.
Hmm. I'm looking for a ship and I'm looking for my babe. I would like to find one or the other.
I can surely help. Or at least try.
Try is good start.
I do not have the required attachments to connect directly into a system, so we will have to use, as the captain says, charm?
Do not have. Anything else?
Money?
I think as you two are having this conversation, let's go back to the ship where you have just received, Imogen, you have just received you're voice chatting with a fish.
It's living the dream. She sort of leans in and is like, yeah, like she's now panicking that this could be this person's ship more than anything else. She's like, hello, greetings, my amphibious friend. What may I call you? What do you wish to be called?
Let me get up his name. As you're speaking, again, there's this dual voice. So first you hear this kind of, and then you hear that secondary, which you are thinking is probably a translator of a different voice saying, I am Hochi, the representative of Mem. I am looking for Zokar or Captain Sara. Why did I name both those characters Sara? That's bad note taking.
It's a very popular name.
Sara's
They're not the same
Is she in
person?
space?
Oh no.
There was a bit of like really popular fiction that came out, and the character's named Sara, so
Everyone just named their kid Sara. This one's spelled with an H and the other one isn't. So I did differentiate between the two, which actually, in my opinion, might make it worse.
Which Sarah am I talking to, Heavenly? No, no.
You're
there's no
Sarah.
There is no Sarah in this scene, right?
There's no Sara in the scene.
Did I does this
You know that you
person
were in jail with Zokar. He's the one who smuggled the fish into an aquarium.
That was it. We went to the aquarium. She pauses and is like, yes, my friend Zokar. He sent me instead. He's a little bit tied up right now.
I assume Zokar is still in jail. That is when we last lost contact with him.
That is he's filling out some paperwork right now. I'm sure he'll be along a bit later, but we didn't want to keep the fish waiting. So yeah.
This is unexpected but interesting. I assume that you are the two responsible for the prison break that is all over the news. And as he says this, he holds up one of his hands and presses something on his wrist, and news reels start to flash. And Imogen and Kai and Mouse and I'm sorry, I've forgotten the other player's name. read, your faces are everywhere, and there are headlines saying infamous villains break out of most notorious prison. You know, some of these kind of salacious headlines, and others are just short articles saying that there was strife aboard one of the compounds in a far off planet, but it's under control and nothing to worry about. But Imogen and Kaya, your faces are there with the debriefing.
Imogen's like zooming in on this picture of herself and of Kaya. She's like, "Hey, we look quite good. We look quite good in these for once. Look at that.
Yeah, you look really good.
Oh, thanks. Look at you." Like, it's just like pointing and like moving, like screen captures it, saves it. So, I mean, I would like to say, we took a lot of responsibility for the breakout, but to be honest, I really wasn't awake through most of it. So, but we're here for on behalf of the deal, and we wanted to what delivery are you expecting? More fish?
No, the fish fiasco was not sanctioned by my office. In fact, I would be lying if I didn't say I was disappointed to see that Zokar is no longer with us. As long as I can have a use for the two of you, I don't see why our relationship can't extend the same way that Zokar's and I's did.
Use. How do you mean by that? You mean we do some things for you and you pay us, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right. Again, looks over it, kind of. I'm getting better at this. Yeah. We would be interested, right?
Yeah, we're getting paid this time. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we would be interested in this arrangement. You know, professionally. Let's meet up maybe and see what the jobs are and see what the price is. You know.
First, you must meet me on the mem, as there will need to be some changes made to your...
What's wrong with this? I thought
it is good. How you say objectively horrifying.
I mean, I have been called
in prison.
And I mean, I've been called many things, but that's actually pretty good from what I've heard before.
I'm more concerned with the fact that your faces might be recognized. There is no bounty associated with your escape, but someone may have paid attention, and I would hate for you to get caught and thrown in jail. Finding smugglers is difficult and tiresome.
I mean, I'm sure we can sort out some form of disguise. Can I ask what's particularly horrifying? Just to, you know,
the many bones that you have. This one in particular, I don't understand. And as he points, he has a fish face, so he has no nose.
Yeah, he's like, do you know what? I know.
And he has very luscious lips.
He's like, I've just met someone you would probably love. Otherwise, I'm sure we can sort something, unless you already had something in mind.
Fake identification should be sufficient, which I will provide. But first, please come to Mem. I will send along the papers, and as he's saying that, you receive a notification that you have received a papers. The ship name has been changed. Kind of just fake paper trail that you are working for him, and to let you into port kind of without hassle. And you can find me in the diplomat ring.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Of course. Should we? Sorry. What was your name again?
Hochi.
Hochi. Right. Okay. Fantastic. Well, Mr. Hochi, we will head there right now. This very
Mix Hoshi.
Mix Hoshi. Fantastic. Well, it's great to meet you, Mr. Mix.
I will see you in a few hours.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll see you then.
He doesn't disconnect though. He's still staring at you.
She'll just again make eye contact awkwardly for a moment, and then he'll probably see her hand go up, and she's trying to work out how to turn off the hologram communicator.
He doesn't help you at all.
No. He's just gonna be like, she's there like smiling like, hi, help me. It's not going away.
I'm pushing the buttons.
You push a button and you hear all the toilets in the flush in the ship flush at once.
She's like, for the love of God, pull the plug. Like, he won't stop looking at me.
Eventually you find the button and you
let me just
end
push this oh, never mind.
I was gonna say, if there's anything, I'd like to take my scarf off and just place it over him so he can't see me anymore. Because I don't like it. Because fish don't blink either, so it's like... Okay, great. Let's go. As she sort of turns her back to wherever the fish mound was and heads off in the coordinates he sent them.
Great. Much like in the last campaign I ran on this channel, I told everyone, and I will state again, that I don't understand numbers. Don't ever say a number to me and act like I'm supposed to know what it means. So I don't really bother with like things taking a long time. Everything takes a few hours unless it's a plot point. So it's only going to take you a few hours to get there.
Fantastic.
And it'll be an easy journey. But back on the on D-Ring here on Mem, what are the two of you up to, Mady and Sylvan?
Sylvana's gonna link arms with Matey and yep, link arms, and then just start walking around and looking like she belongs wherever she goes, and just walk wherever she wants. Basically, she's just taking a tour.
Okay. As we discussed before we had started the stream, how loaded are you? Are you light, medium, or heavy loaded?
Light. I
Okay.
mean, she's wearing clothes. She's got, that's what she's got going for her.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Mady, what about you? Are you carrying anything in particular? Do you have like guns?
He's heavy.
He's
no
heavy?
guns though. Yeah.
Okay. Just like he's big. Is he wearing clothes? Are you wearing clothes?
No clothes.
Okay.
Just all metal plating.
Is the body is it a solid robot body, or is it like a C-3PO, or is it like a chappy?
I'd say it's probably closer to like a little thicker chappy.
Okay. So there's kind of like, you're not constructed to look like a human necessarily. You have like kind of poles and tubing, and there are some parts that you can see through.
Yeah, but I think his
like
face
a
would
wire
be
skeleton.
No, but I think his face would be a humanoid face.
All right, that sounds really scary. So what you're basically telling me is that you have a human face on like a series of hangers. Is that what am I picturing correctly?
Sure, let's go with it. I like it.
Is it a really detailed human face? Like, is it like...
No, it's just like eyes and a mouth.
In that Robo-Man movie?
Bicentennial Man is an amazing movie.
But which face,
what your face looks like?
No, it's just more closer to like what Iron Man's face would be, very simple. So he's not super off-putting.
Can you move your face or when you talk?
No, he just sound emits.
Hans has already named my next podcast. What kind of robot are you? Okay. You two are walking through arm in arm. And you don't seem to be attracting arm in hanger arm.
Thank you. Yep.
And you don't seem to be attracting any attention. No one is really looking at you. It's pretty empty for the most part. There weren't a lot of ships landing around the same time, but as you're walking, there's kind of a natural flow to the direction you're going. If you had gone the other direction, you would really be walking through more ships. Because they're kind of like in lanes, similar to like when you go to the ocean, there are all those like lanes of boats. That's kind of what you're dealing with. So there's really only one way for you to go, and you go in that direction. And as you're heading in that direction, you see a large door, and above the door there is a neon sign that says customs, and there is a human woman and a Mamesh standing at a desk.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to MEM.
Hi. I would like to go through here.
Okay. Do you have anything to declare?
I would like to go through here.
Do you have any hazardous items on your person? Any weapons, bioweapons, nuclear weapons, light weapons, heavy weapons, hand weapons, animal weapons, fire weapons, acid weapons, bug weapons?
If I do not have them, do you sell them?
Which one? Bioweapons, nuclear weapons, light weapons, heavy weapons.
What is animal weapon?
It's actually a very fun new thing. It is it's a tube, and inside the tube is a raccoon. And you shoot it.
I would like this. I would like this now.
I know, it's a very hot item. Unfortunately, we are all sold out.
Oh. Well,
but I don't sell weapons
like to
here. No,
through.
I'm just the customs officer. You have to go into the shops.
Oh, good. Yes, I will go through.
And you? She turns to you.
Hello, I am M8EE.
Do you have anything to declare?
I am a robot.
Do you have any weapons to declare?
Oh, no, I do not believe in weapons.
Do you have any liquids?
I have liquids pumping through some tubes in my body.
We only allow 100 milliliters through custom. How many liquids do you have pumping through your body?
Oh my. I have 105 milliliters.
She turns and she looks at the Mamesh, and the Mamesh types something really quick, and she goes, I know, I also agree. I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
I can probably drain 5.
Excuse me. Can you guys hear me typing right now? I want you to get the effect.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, we have effect.
All right. I have... Sorry, the printer's not working. It's fucking cloud print. Just never. Can you get the?
Is this custom?
Give me the cord? Can you get
Is
the
this
cord?
custom?
I'm sorry. I'm printing a sticker. I'm just printing a sticker. It's not okay.
Oh.
She reaches and she gets a piece of paper and she just writes. She writes okay, and then she sticks it to you with masking tape. And she says, okay, this one time I will allow an exception, but just so you know, we take liquids very seriously here on MEM. Our planet is full of them. And so it's a very delicate balance which liquids we can and cannot allow in. Do you understand?
I do. I will make a note for future reference.
Okay, please do, because this planet is made completely out of water, and the salt levels are just right for the life here. So if any extra salt gets in, paprika, cinnamon, anything like that, it's just disastrous.
Noted.
All right. Well, please go on through, and she hits another button.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You said you do not sell anything here, yet you just gave him a sticker. I would like a sticker.
Well, you said you didn't have any liquids to declare, so you don't need a sticker allowing the extra liquids.
When I leave, I will gain liquid to get his sticker.
Well, you can buy liquids and leave with them. It's about bringing the liquids into the planet, you see.
I will learn for next vacation.
Well, next vacation, don't bring any more liquids. This was a one-time thing. Like I was saying, we don't want any liquids. So actually, it says okay, but what it should say is tolerated. Because this is not okay.
I have many stickers that say tolerated on them.
Anyways, I hope you all enjoy your stay on Mem. Please go on through, and she hits a button and the doors open.
Let us go, Liquid Man.
See, that was charm.
What?
That's what I think it means, right?
I'll take it. Okay. We go through.
You go through these gates into the planet, and you're not greeted by any unusual sight. It's a pretty standard interior of a space station. There's some shops, vendors selling food and weapons and clothing and like magazines and that sort of thing. But it's all built in a circular structure, and there are, as soon as you walk out, there are glass everywhere. So it's actually encased only on the three sides, and it gives you a very beautiful view of the outside of the planet, which is this huge rolling ocean.
We go.
Where would... Huh?
We keep walking.
Yeah, you can walk. It's basically like a pier, but kind of enclosed. So you haven't actually made it out onto the planet's surface yet. You're kind of in this like intermediary station.
Oh, well, let's get out. Let's find a way out of here before the claustrophobia kicks in.
Yeah, you can just walk down this row of shops, and eventually you kind of come to this door that leads out. It's already open, so it's not enclosed on the ends, and you're able to walk out onto the surface of the planet.
Should I apply my charm to any of these individuals?
There are so many individuals just everywhere.
Hello, I
Please
am
apply.
MAEE. How are you today?
Do you just say that to a random person?
Yeah.
Okay. You say that to a couple people, and people are just like, "Hi, yeah, I'm doing great," and they just keep walking by. No one seems to be stopping.
Is this charm?
I believe my charm has short-circuited.
Too much water.
It is actually not water. It is a gel.
I believe you got that sticker under false pretenses.
Would you like it?
Yes, I would.
He peels it off and just sticks it to your forehead.
I'll take it. She doesn't remove the sticker. The sticker is on the forehead.
Perfect. It just says okay.
Okay. She is tolerated. Now to find people that will stop without just standing and screaming at people.
Okay. Let's go back to our ship. You two have been in transit for a couple of hours, and you have made it into ship site of Mem. You can see it in your view screen. At this point, you can probably see it if you look out the window, because it's real big and it's pretty.
Oh no, we lost Heavenly.
Oh no.
Heavenly.
No.
We can take this moment and appreciate all these comedic gems that we've had so
Right?
far this episode.
This is
Oh my
great.
god.
This
I'm
is
so
amazing.
glad you said that he got the sticker under false pretenses, because I was very much, that's not a liquid.
That's not a
Matey.
What were you doing?
Liquid.
You don't deserve that.
You got a free sticker for lying. Oh.
Just so good though.
Oh, yeah. And I kind of want to see if we have to sneak our new little weird space child without declaring. So I'm gonna need a small coat and hat.
Yeah, I mean it's a good question. I guess we could take the kid, or we could leave the kid.
I
Speaking of
feel
kids.
like if we walk through with confidence, and if anyone does question us, just take insult that our baby is beautiful and how dare you, sort of thing, is what I'm going for. So
I think the important thing is that Lana probably isn't carrying any liquids and doesn't possess
Literally
any weapons
nothing.
as far as we know. Yeah, I mean,
teeth and nails
should be
is
fine.
about it.
From what we know, this should go really well.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna miss something really vital, and we're gonna cause like an absolute chaos or massacre on this planet. By it's like Gremlins, don't feed it after midnight. Like we're gonna let it go, and it's gonna be the worst thing ever.
Lana's probably a pescatarian.
Yeah.
Hey, there's heaven.
Oh god.
So anyways.
Can you see me?
We can see you.
Yes.
We can
Okay.
see you.
Zoom apparently just decided to try and update on its own
Of course.
without me giving it permission. So that's fun. So the last thing that I remember saying is you get a notification on your screen, and it's just a message, name, purpose of visit, papers.
Family visit. Like writes it down, sort of like family holiday, to try and get through this being not suspicious at all.
All right, I'm gonna allow you to do that. I will remind you after you have submitted that Hachi
Sure.
did give you fake papers, and, but
I'm a pilot, damn it, not like a
but so you submit that with the papers that Hachi has given you, and after just a few seconds, you get a voice chimes through, and it says, "Everything's all clear. You are scheduled to land in Dock A17. Enjoy your visits and say hello to the ambassador for us."
Thank you. And just like turns off the the buzzer. Say, okay, so do we take Lorna with us, or what are we doing? Because
So Kai has flipped his backpack around to his front. He's wearing it on his chest.
Okay.
It looks kind of like an ergo baby.
He's like,
Like
I'll
this
go
is
get
definitely
Lorna.
a baby carrier type carrier, just so we're clear.
Okay.
Of course, we're gonna have to bring Lana. What if something happens to the ship?
Exactly. Okay, I'll go and check the garbage disposal, and sort of like walks over to wherever. I'm guessing, is it like a panel in a wall or something?
Yeah.
Like
Garbage
that,
disposal in America is very different than a garbage can, just so we're clear. Garbage disposal would indicate that Lana had been crushed to bits.
But there's
To
no
bits, you
bones.
say?
There's no bones. It's like a squeegee toy, isn't
Squished.
it?
Would be squished to paste. Well, she has a bony spine because you did see her little bony spine.
This is true. This is true.
And her knees are sharp, so she must have knee bones.
Oh, weird creature.
She's got knife knees.
Knife knees.
It could just be a carapace. It doesn't have to be bones,
Why
right?
is
It's true.
Why is this just every character you make? There's either knife hands or knife knees, or like. I would like to go to the place where people keep rubbish.
Yep. Garbage can.
Yeah, and I go just knock on there and just wait patiently for a moment.
It opens, it rolls open, and Lana pokes her little head over.
Hi. We need you to come with us. Like, she's can't remember if someone is like, and then gestures over to Kai. It's like, we're gonna put you in the thing, and yeah.
She
don't know if
reaches
you
out with
understand me.
one of her hands and touches your face.
the temptation to go to see if it means the same thing. I would like to face plant the hand.
You do that, and you feel a little bit of pressure, like she's
Okay.
gonna squeeze your face, but then she releases.
This is why we can't leave you in the ship on your own. And she then sort of looks and was like, can I pick you up to put you in? Like, I guess gesturing over to Kai, who's there, like, ready. like a dad on holiday.
Lana doesn't seem to be responding to anything that you're saying. Like your gestures, they're not registering in any noticeable way. She's still just kind of, her head is just still poked out.
Yeah. She's sort of, hi. He looks back.
Kai is going to try to attune and say, can we just pick you up and bring you with us?
I don't understand why I need to go with you.
It's just safer
Anywhere.
because we won't be here.
But I've always been left alone in the ship by myself. I was
doesn't
alone
sound
in the
fun.
ship when you came and stole it.
So this way, if someone steals the ship, at least you don't get stolen again.
I don't see the issue with that.
Mm.
What if where we're going is a place that I don't like?
What if we give you a treat? If you get, come here, come up and we'll give you a treat.
I'm highly allergic to dust.
Well, oh no, I can't hear this. I'm like, we're going to a fish planet.
I don't know what to do with that.
Wait. You live in the garbage? And
There's
you're
no
allergic
dust in the
to
garbage.
dust?
She can't hear you. So.
Besides, no one says she has to tell me the truth. So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
but just
Imogen is
come with
just
us and
squinting at both of you backwards and forwards.
there's a whole planet full of water. Come on.
She climbs out of the garbage can and goes over towards you, Kai, and just kind of stops at your feet.
And I pick up the precious darling and put her in the backpack.
She feels like a naked cat.
Yep. It's fine.
And you put her in and her arms are all like smushed up against your chest.
Yep.
You can feel
Baby in
her
the
heart
front.
beating. You can feel her heart beating because her skin is so thin. It's going really fast. She's kind of scared. She won't say it, but she is. You can tell.
We are all set.
All right.
Okay.
Imogen, you are able to guide the ship to A17. And as you walk off the ship, this is a very sparsely populated port. There aren't a lot of ships, and the lanes for which each ship has are a lot larger. So there's only one ship per port per like harbor. And in front of you, as you're getting off, you can see that there are a few ships. This can definitely house a lot more ships than are currently here. But in the only direction that you can feasibly go, there is a desk, and there is a sign above the door that says customs, and at the desk is a human man and a Mamesh.
Okay. And she's just like, here goes nothing. And she sort of pulls on her long white coat, tries to tidy herself up a bit, looks over at Kai, and then you weird space child. It's like, okay, let's go. And she grabs, like, takes the papers or anything that she needs, and heads out the ship. And I'd like to be a bit closed if I can.
Yeah, you totally can.
Thank you. I can't remember what was on the keyring now, but I know there was a weird looking keyring. And I can't remember.
No, I think Greg's was the weird
that's
keyring,
Gary's.
and you don't have
That's
Greg's
Gary's.
ship.
No, I don't have Greg's ship. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a keyring at this place. Yeah, sort of start to lead, I think, towards customs and sort of saying to Kai, it's like, walk with confidence, walk with confidence, walk with confidence, sort of taking her hood down, and it sort of reveals her fairly wild long red hair, which is tamed mainly by a long plait, and she just tries to stroll, not through, she sort of smiles at them. It's good afternoon. Checks the watch. What time is it?
The human looks at you and he says, "Welcome to Mem. Do you have anything to declare?"
No, we're all good here. I have papers if you want to see.
It's not necessary. We received your papers to clear your landing. So it'd be redundant if you showed me your papers again.
Very true.
And stupid. I don't even know why you would do that.
I would like to report you to customer service. In fact, I was probably used to Imogen being like, "Excuse me," like leaning over the desk.
Oh, you want to speak to my manager?
And sort of glances back towards Kai and weird baby child. It's like,
Obviously, we want to speak to your manager. Yeah.
yeah, yes, please. You've made us uncomfortable.
He looks at the Mamesh and raises an eyebrow, and the Mamesh shrugs and leans down and types something. He appears to read it and he disappears below the desk. And then a man stands up and he has a mustache on and he says, "Oh, hello. Can I help you?"
Dad, can I see this is a fake mustache?
Yeah. You
Oh my
can.
gosh.
I lean in a little bit closer and go, "Just give me a moment, let me get my manager." And I'd like to duck behind the desk and get a pen out and draw a mustache on and be like, and stand back up.
It's so good.
You asked to speak to me?
I did, and I just mimic everything he does.
Well, what would you like to speak about? Were you unsatisfied with your customs experience?
I am now. Like, sort of looked at you. It's like the most awkwardly drawn mustache. It's not good. Like, and there's a moment where she sort of like leans on the table, is like, "I don't feel your customs officer was being very professional. You know, called me stupid," she says, now wearing a fake mustache drawn on with a Sharpie.
I hear your complaint and I will make sure to register it with HR. Do you want me to kill the employee?
Lingers for a moment. No. We will, again looks back at Kai, who I'm assuming is cradling this thing at the front. I don't think I would want that in front of my family. And I'd like to just like raise my head high and walk past if I can.
Yeah, you can. And as you're walking past, you see the manager duck down, and you actually see that they were two separate people.
I was gonna say they actually two separate people.
Oh my gosh.
And the other guy he stands back up, and he's like, "Oh gosh, I hate when I get in trouble." And the Mamesh is just like,
I'm just wiping this off as I go.
The door opens and you're greeted with the same ring that Sylvana and Mady met. But however, you're actually on the outer part of the ring, close to the door that leads you out onto the surface of the planet.
Okay. I think Imogen stops as I'm right. Okay, we've got to find this room wherever we're going to meet this guy. And she sort of looks back over the details because Alice doesn't remember what it was or what his name was.
You were
No,
just
I can't remember his name. Is it Sara? Because
his name is Sara.
Uchi.
His name is Hachi. Yeah,
Hachi.
Hachi. Okay, as you're standing there looking over the details, the paperwork that you had been given, you see, kind of out of the corner of your eye, a robot and another human woman standing there in this direction.
They're just like wiping the last of the mustache off her face.
And Mady and
it's not
Silvana,
doing
as you're
it.
trying to holler at people to get their attention, you see what appears to be a family walking out.
Imogen's there like, did I get it all? Did I get it?
No, it hasn't moved at all.
It hasn't? Is it still there?
That,
Oh my
that
god.
pen says it's permanent.
What? Like, and she sort of looks down and tries to find a reflective surface. Like, oh, damn it. I need to stop doing this.
The
Like,
robot's kind of reflective. Go stand over by the robot.
hi, sir, excuse me. Like,
Hello, I am MAEE. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Can I borrow your faceplate, please?
Uh,
Or the back of your head?
I'd rather keep it on me.
Oh, no. You can stand there. I just need to, and I sort of stand on my tiptoes. Is it permanent?
But it looks good on you, though.
It's like, I know, but it's not. I just don't feel it today. And she's like trying to like.
You want
You're
it more
able to
bushy, more
rub
bushy.
it. You're able to rub it and it starts to go away, but you're not able to really completely clean your upper lip. And your face kind of turns red as you've been rubbing it so hard. But you're able to get it away for the most part. There's kind of now just a light smudging kind of, and as you were wiping it away, you were kind of wiping it like on your cheeks and like down your chin. So there's just like some weird smudging that almost looks a little bit like maybe just grime.
Do you need a solvent?
How did you get solvents in? You're not allowed liquids through here.
See, that is a liquid. Do I have to give the sticker back?
No, I believe it's okay. I use charm.
Did they check you to see if you had things? They didn't even ask me about my sword.
Apparently, they only
guess
care
it's
about
just-
liquids.
So true.
Would you like the solvent?
What do you mean by solvent? Like what kind of
It's
solvent?
it is a light alcohol
I'm good.
for sterilizing.
I'm
Oh,
I'm good, but thank you.
Okay.
Like still just I'm not aware like what any of this could be. This is my friend Kai and our child.
What a lovely family.
how much of this child can we see?
It's got no eye.
I
I
guess it
imagine
depends on
0%,
how.
but
Is it just like an
You can
egg?
probably see like its knees kind of sticking out of the edge of the backpack, and maybe just the rounded back of its head.
Is Kai human?
Yep.
So two human with a knife need baby.
Yes.
Don't
Yep.
judge my family.
No judgment here. Your baby is beautiful.
Perhaps they would know where your babe is.
I'm looking for my babe.
Okay, well, this one's ours. So what does yours look like?
Somewhat like me. Very tall.
And then she looks confused again. How old is your baby?
30.
That's quite an old baby. For
Still
a
my baby.
Oh, yeah, no, I just wanted to clarify to know who I was looking for.
Damon. Have you heard that name?
No. Damon the baby? Or just Damon?
Damon Silversheen.
Okay. I have not,
My babe.
I'm afraid.
Okay.
Your babe, yeah. We're actually here for a meeting.
Is it with Damon?
It is not with them. I don't think.
Worth checking. Worth checking.
I will check for you. And it's that awkward thing, you know, where people stand in groups and they have nothing to say to each other, and she's just trying to be like almost trying to find a way to leave, but doesn't know how.
As you're standing there
Uh-oh.
waiting, you get a little ping on your... Did we decide that everyone has like space watches, or like how? Or is it like a tablet or like a
Hans
pad?
does not
What do you
have a
prefer?
good track record with space watches.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Imagine it's more like a pad, like a phone type. You know what? It's my game. I don't need to ask for input. It's a phone. We all have phones.
There you go. There you go.
There we go. Decision making.
You get a little beep on the phone that you have. They're called P-hones in the future. It's owned by Pebert Honesley.
You were not going to remember that.
Joke's on you, Alice, because I'm writing down right now. Pebert Honesley.
You said Honely the first time.
Pebert Honely, owner of the P-hone.
Get out my latest P-hone. And I love the message.
There is it's a video call. Everyone, they only do video calls. There are no voice chats. It's video only.
This makes me anxious, but okay.
Do you answer?
Yeah, no, I definitely answer.
It's the familiar face of Hachi. And he says, I have received word that your ship has landed. And yet you are not here at my office.
No, we are on our way now. It's just this is a new place for us, so you know, just trying to. We went through customs, and I don't know what sort of leeway you have, but they were quite rude to us. So we were just trying to, you know, navigate our way through there.
You are a criminal, and the way that people treat you is of little consequence to me.
I will bear that in mind.
Who is that with you? I see faces.
Hello, I am MAEE.
Hello, I'm Silvana.
Have
Are
you
these
seen
part of-
have you seen my babe?
Are these part of your crew?
No, definitely not. They're looking for someone called Damien. If you know a Damien.
Is that yes or no?
Is this a heavenly noise or is this?
Sometimes the sounds I make really just tickle me.
We're
You
honestly just here
hear,
to hear you make sounds at this rate.
Oh, I need that as my hee-hone ringtone.
you hear him begin to speak, and kind of the translator has started to crackle with kind of the rush of words that he's trying to formulate. And as he composes himself, he has those like fish nostrils that fishes have. They're like flaring, and his fish eyes have dilated, and he has changed shade. He was originally like a very beautiful blue, like a very lovely kind of sapphire, and the color has faded away, and now he's a very ugly green, kind of like the colors of my walls. I don't know if you can see, but it's a hideous green, and that's the color he's changed. And as he composes himself, he reaches up around his neck and kind of adjusts the device that you see and know as a translator, a universal translator. And he speaks again, and he says, "How do you know of Damon?"
He is my babe.
Yeah, it just points the phone towards
Yeah.
Savannah.
She'll just lean over until she's like just in frame.
Huh.
Elo is my babe.
It would be ideal if all of you could make your way to my office with urgency.
Very good. You know my babe.
I know your babe. I know your Bob Bear. Babu. Bibi. Whatever the
Bebe.
correct vernacular. Bibi.
Yeah,
Bibi.
yeah, babe.
Bibi.
Your translator is having some trouble.
What is happening?
We are learning new words.
Please come to my office and we can discuss this in a more intimate setting.
Oh, okay. We're on our way now.
Wonderful. And he disconnects the call.
Oh, thank God, because I didn't know how to do it on this. And Imogen sort of looks at all of them, Kai first, and then at the weird egg child, and is like, we should go.
Excellent.
Events.
Yes.
I am going on an adventure.
As you step out of this ring that kind of serves as the entry station, and you step out into the outside world of the planet, there is a kiosk that has like a directory of where everything is. So this, you are now outside, but you can see that a lot of the structures and buildings have been built to maintain their presence outside while still being sheltered. So rather than it being like a one encompassing building, it is clearly meant to be one structure. There are roads that are still marked. There are people, there are sellers and kiosks outside, but there are smaller pods of living. So much of it is still immersed in the outer world. And you see a kiosk that directs you to which part of this like fake built, this building, so to speak, has the ambassador's quarters. And it's a full wing that has a variety of ambassadors and diplomats that are staying on the planet.
Ooh, okay. Places like this always make me mildly nervous. Walk with confidence. Walk with confidence. And I think she starts to just stride in.
We have to walk for a little bit, like it's not right there. It's just the little map shows you where it is.
Yeah. She takes a photo on her pee-hone so that she's always got it.
And your pee-hone?
Yeah, on my pee-hone. And then she starts to make her way, following the back of her pee-hone.
The rest of you, do you follow or are you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you make your way to the diplomat quarters, and as you get there, again, when you were brought in and registered, the paper and kind of the pass, the title that you've been given to be on this planet has been transferred to your pee-hone, so you're able to get through most places because there are so many things like constantly scanning you, which is very typical. It's not abnormal for this planet. And as you get closer to the ambassador quarters, there's kind of that like little flashing light that communicates with your pee-hone, and it lets you in, and the doors swing open and you walk into a very lushly decorated room. It definitely has some furniture that you've never seen before that seems quite strange. And standing in front of you is Hachi, and he's quite tall, maybe a little taller than you were expecting. I don't know what you're picturing. He's like 6'5", and he is standing in front of you behind his desk, and he says, "Welcome. I have made my quarters sensual for you, as is human custom."
Thank you. We greatly appreciate it. She does a weird bow that maybe she's seen used somewhere else in like not diplomatic things, but people of respect. It's more of a military bow than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But she does give a nod.
And he turns to you, Sylvana, specifically. We have much to discuss of your babe. I know where he is, and it would behoove the both of us for you to retrieve him for me, quickly and quietly.
Sounds good.
He's here on the planet.
Oh. Very good.
And he's doing a royal job of fucking up an archaeological mission of great importance.
Sounds like him.
And I think at this point we're going to take a quick break and be back in 5 minutes.
Awesome. See you in a minute.
Welcome back. They have just entered the ambassador's office. He has made it very sensual. And he has information on Damon.
Mm-hmm. Please, tell me everything. Start at the beginning of the universe and work your way to now.
We do not have the time for that. If we were in less pressing circumstances, I might ask how you know, Damon. But some things are better left obfuscated. You see, I have a researcher. His name is Wyndham, and he is working at a site that is of huge importance to the Memesh. It appears that in an attempt to leave the planet, Damon had some type of interaction with the ghosts. Are you familiar with the ghosts?
No.
I have no reference of that in my databases.
Tell me about the ghosts.
Actually, Sylvana and Kai, you may be familiar with the ghosts.
Turns
'Cause
out
they're
I know a
pretty
little about the
weird.
ghosts.
They're pretty weird. Why don't you just roll... guess that the system doesn't really work like that. Sometimes it's hard for me to get out of D&D. You guys would know a little bit about the ghosts, and I think maybe you would as well, because you are, I guess, hooked up to the systems and you get information that way. Ghosts are scientists who were experimenting on some really weird kind of stuff, and an accident occurred, and anyone who was working at the facility at the time was affected, and now they have to live in suits. They aren't able to interact with the atmosphere as it stands. No matter what planet they're on, they have to stay in these suits. The ships that they're on, they're able to survive outside of their suits, but anytime they leave, they're only seen kind of fully suited up in these hazmat-like suits. The Church of Stellar Flame, which is the main religion of the hegemony, has a very high bounty on the heads of any ghosts, whether dead or alive. And most importantly is their ship, which is called the Skeleton Key. So you would know a bit about that history. I doubt any of you would have ever had any interactions with ghosts. They're quite rare. But you would definitely know about, at the very least, the bounty that the Church of Stellar Flame has out on them.
Damon pro-ghosts or anti-ghosts?
It doesn't appear to matter much. The details of what happened between them are sparse. But what we do know is that both the ship that the ghosts were on and the ship that Damon were on crash landed and have totally ruined the site. I've gotten a few notifications from Wyndham that they are engaging in some type of fighting ritual. It all seems very human. I don't completely understand it.
Humans have many rituals that are confusing to me as well.
He destroyed another ship.
The ship is not destroyed, but it did crash land, so it's probably a little fucked up.
He fucked up the ship.
I don't have
Okay.
much details on the ship. It seems like that's what you're really focusing on right now. What I'm focusing on right now is the fact that they appear to be fighting on a site that is very important to me. I would like them to be cleared away from the site. We found some pottery there last week, and I would just hate for anything to happen to it.
Someone was to say defeat them all in single combat, they would probably have to give that up.
The pottery? The pottery is
whatever-
not for... No, we won't give the pottery up.
No, they would have to leave the area, right? That makes sense.
Yes, I want them to leave the area. All of them.
Imogen is looking over at Kai a little bit. But...
Very good. Well, I can scare him from the area.
This fighting
Excellent.
sounds illegal. We should definitely stop this.
Fighting is not illegal on Mem. We are actually a very pro-fighting culture. We do wrestling matches every Fern's Day.
Is it today?
It was yesterday. Today is Fern's Day 2.
The reckoning.
Say return of the...
We definitely should save the pottery, though.
Thank you. Someone understands the urgency.
A species history
The potter-
is very important.
Imogen.
The pottery has been there a long time.
Yes,
We're
it was
supposed to ask how
buried.
much we get paid for this.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. It just sort of like shifts through the other two. I believe there was some sort of monetary question deal payment.
Yes. The deal that I had with Zokar and Captain Sara was that I maintained the structural integrity of the ship, allowed you to dock at various ports with paperwork that would allow you to get through most screening measures, and I provide a punch card for sandwiches at various Krusty Krabs.
I mean,
We're doing
I mean, as soon as you say sandwich, like she doesn't look too happy with the deal. As soon as you say sandwiches, it's like
They're very good sandwiches.
You are familiar with Captain Sara.
Yes, I am.
He is a most formidable ally.
Ah, well, when I knew Captain Sara, she always preferred she, but these things change. I don't completely understand human names. Things may get lost in translation. Is Captain Sara here?
Yes, he is looking for babes.
But not
Interesting.
my babe.
As you
Why?
say the name, I am detecting a hint of an H in your pronunciation. My Captain Sara does not use an H.
Oh, yes. I'm talking about Sarah Burfman.
what are you saying?
My captain's last name is Dromond.
Oh, what a fun human coincidence that has happened. Humans all have the same name.
I disagree.
Well, what is your name? You haven't proven me wrong.
It is Sylvana.
Say
Sarah.
Say Sarah.
It is spelled Sarah, but it is pronounced.
Imogen is currently at the back discussing sandwich deals with Kai, so she's not actually listening to this bit.
They're good sandwiches. They also have a salad bar.
We're debating how many punches we want already punched on the card before we accept the
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Okay. Come at me with your offer and we'll see how he reacts.
Come on, Kai, you haggle. You're better at this.
It's usually every 10th sandwich. I say we go in there with 7.
You want 7 sandwiches pre-stamped on the punch card? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your offer?
Yeah.
What's your offer? What are you offering?
Ooh. Let's make it 8 because that way the next time we go, after we go one time, it'll be free.
Yes, and a bit of a round number as well. I like the round numbers. 8.
Yep, eight it is.
Sandwiches. Stamps.
Do the terms of our partnership work for you, new Captain Sara?
Raises her eyebrows. Like, yes, we save the pottery and you give us sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. I also maintain the structural integrity of your ship.
Yes. Is that 8 sandwiches?
You haven't yet to ask me how many
Really?
sandwiches you want.
9 sandwiches?
You want 9 sandwiches, or you want 9 stamps
9 stamps.
in your punch card?
Yeah, on the punch.
What if instead I counter offer 4 punches, and I will pack a lunch for you all right now?
What kind of sandwiches are you packing?
Yes, we'll take it.
Wonderful.
What kind of sandwiches? Hey, I'm the Captain
Sara has
Sara
spoken.
here. I am Sara.
No, I am Sara.
I'm Sara, and so is my
I am
wife.
also spelled Sarah.
I'm
He
Sara,
hands you a
and so is
punch
my
card that
wife.
has 4 punches, and then he goes over to the wall and he presses some buttons. He has a fin for a hand, and he slaps at the buttons make sense for his fin hand. To you, it looks like he's slapping, but it's very precise button pressing that he's doing. And he does that, and a panel in the wall opens, and a very sexy voice says,
This is a sexy sandwich voice. Is that what we're doing right now?
That's what their language sounds like. He doesn't have a translator on his sandwich machine because it's not necessary.
Why
But
does the sandwich machine have a voice?
Because it's saying,
It's the future.
because it said, big man, your sandwiches are here.
Ooh.
Maybe
That's what he looked
definitely
like.
knows that.
Big fish.
Big
Surely big fish. Big fish.
Big slippery boy, your sandwiches are here. And that's what he wants to hear. It's the
Getting
sandwiches.
worse. What kind of sandwiches does a fish eat?
No, he doesn't eat the sandwiches. They're for guests. He's a diplomat.
But he,
Oh,
okay.
this
He's above sandwiches.
I know. I love
he
that
eats
he's
pellets.
like.
He eats
how-
pellets.
Like, is there just a
that are
dispenser?
dispensed from above.
Yeah.
You just gotta like sprinkle some.
He pays people to sprinkle the pellets in their mouth. He has a lot of money to do that.
Enough money to buy a sandwich maker.
But none of that is up for
Not-
discussion right now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to question the sandwich machine.
There are 4 sandwiches for the 4 of you, and they're packaged in brown bags, and he hands them to you.
I'm sorry, there are 5 of us, and I pat Lana's backpack on the head.
But one of you is also a robot, and so I did make the assumption that the robot would not be eating sandwiches.
That is a correct assumption.
So
I stand
score
corrected.
1 for me and 0 for Sara over here.
I'm lucky I can actually talk at this point in the game, so
Because I can't.
He brings out his pihone, and he slaps at it, and some coordinates get sent to your pihone. And we can just call them hones for short. To your hone.
It's the little fin slap on the phone.
And some coordinates get sent to your hone of the dig site.
Great. Then that's where I'll go. I will take my sandwich. I will first of all pass sandwiches to Kai and to Lana. And then take my sandwich. Still not too sure about everyone else.
It's a full packed lunch, so I will take a lunch. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool lunch. It's got a pickle, spear, and some chips.
Ooh, yes.
You have the coordinates. So, and he sits down at his desk and he starts to type at his computer.
The imagery in this game is the most beautiful imagery I think I've
it's a
ever had.
very serious game.
I I need drawings of everything in this.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh man.
I would like to follow the coordinates.
Okay, it's not within walking distance, but as you're heading out, he says, you may have use of my private water vehicles, which I use for water sports.
Dare I ask what they look like and what they are? And
Do you
They're-
have to slap the controls?
yeah, I was gonna say, do I have to have like a special fin hand to activate them? Yes, Scrub. Why the hell does a fish have water
Why,
vehicles?
yes.
This is like birds with teeth all over again.
It was birds with legs.
Oh no! Hans made birds with teeth.
Different bird.
Oh, great. I love that. Okay, so you walk outside of the office and there is everything on this planet is ocean view. Everything is a beachside property. It's very cool. There are babes of all caliber and quantifiable nature hanging out, doing various things. Everyone looks like they're having a fun time. And you walk out of his office and you see that because you're close to the ocean, you can see that there is a little pool house or like boat house that says Ambassador Ho-Chi's Boats. It says that, so it's very clear. And you go inside and there are some jet skis.
Imogen looks pretty, like, not excited, but pretty happy about this. And probably head straight over there just to have a look at them, to like check them out. Mainly to see how fast they go.
They go very fast.
I'd like to get on them then. Sort of looks back to everyone else. In particular, looks at Kai with Baby Lana on front.
There are 2 jet skis. So I don't know how you all want to jet ski up.
I'm gonna ride with Imogen.
I shall ride with Sylvana.
Sylvana's excited too.
Who is driving? What? Who is driving?
I think
Which of the
Imogen would definitely want to drive.
I defer to you, Sylvana.
Doing it.
Okay. I think for the first time in the game, we're gonna make rolls. And we're gonna have we're going to set the we're gonna set the difficulty here of the roll. So we have to determine whether this is a controlled, risky, or desperate. Where is my thingy that tells me what I want? Where is it? I don't know. I have too many bookmarks. I color coordinated them and then I immediately forgot what the colors meant. And so it was like, what's the point of this? Now these are all just different colors. I believe that it was you get 1 for it being when you determine the roll. I want this to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it? Okay, it doesn't say. Darn it. I thought I had it in easy reference, but it doesn't. I don't remember exactly how you add to it or not. I'll say that you get. We'll roll 2d6 and we'll see what happens. That's what I say. And then we'll do our rolls. So right now we are setting what kind of engagement this is. One of them is a 5, so that's risky, which is pretty standard. So whoever's piloting, go ahead and roll a whatever you think is best. I would say that this would probably be, I'll let you guys decide what it is. So basically what you think would best benefit you, really.
I've got an ability called Ace Pilot where I get to add 1 dice to all of my rolls.
Okay.
Pilot.
For you, Sylvana, I think this would be a helm roll.
Mm-hmm.
What is your score in helm?
0.
Okay. So you get 2d6. Alex,
Okay.
you got a 5. So you'll roll 2d6, and because you have a 0 in it, you will take the lowest number.
Okay.
5.
Which
and
is
that's,
a 4.
that's
still
actually
okay.
not bad.
We're not dead yet.
No, you're able to do it. Okay. So I'll offer you two a choice. It's both the same effect, both 4 and 5 give you the same effect. So either you can turn it on and you suffer a bit of harm, or you give away your position as you make your way towards the point because they're super, super loud.
I'll take the harm.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Imogen, what do you want to do?
Imogen, like, she makes a loud noise because she's probably gonna be woohooing her way as well as she does it. So I'll take the definitely not stealthy option.
You'll take the harm.
Yeah, I'll take the harm.
Okay. Yep. So you'll take 1 harm, which I think at this point actually doesn't affect anything. You just do everything less cool. That's basically it. So you are able to start up these water skis and you can locomote them forward and follow the coordinates given to you on your hone.
Do we all have the coordinates or just Imogen?
Just Imogen.
I'm like, okay. I sort of hand the pea home back to Kai and get him to yell directions at me as I go. Like if he's got the baby attached, then like left, right, your other left, sort of thing.
I do that.
Sylvana, are you then just following?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. You all continue forward and you kind of go across this ocean and you cut straight across, so you're going further away from the mainland, but as you're continuing straight along, you actually see that there's an island, or more land rather, rising up in the distance. And as you get closer, Sylvana, the first thing that you notice right away is that you can see where these 2 ships have landed, and one of them is the ship that you have been looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all get closer and closer, you begin to hear the sounds of what is surely fighting, gunfire, yelling, and you can't see anyone. It seems to be that everyone is kind of hidden. There are trees on this swath of land that are obscuring your vision a bit, but you can see where the impact hit the trees, where the ships crashed, and see that there seems to be something going on further in this patch of trees.
I think Imogen pulls the jet ski up, not at the shoreline, but is almost like doing almost like a perimeter scan to have a look to see if she can see anyone, where they're hiding, and which side is which, effectively.
Okay. Are you pulling your jet ski up on land and doing this on land?
No, she's sort of running along, running the jet ski in the shallows so that she can make a quick getaway in case someone opens fire.
Okay. You aren't able to see any of the interior of the land from the ocean, or from the water rather. It's not a true island. It's more like a sudden appearance of land. So even as you continue to ride the jet ski along the coast, you can't really get a good look in. It doesn't seem to be accessible from the water.
Okay. Then she'll probably get closer and closer. Again, we'll probably look to Kai and be like, we're going to have to land.
Yeah, unless we can launch into the boat. No?
I mean, I debated that, but I don't know. Like, now we've got a little one to think of.
Yeah, and they've got a robot with them, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Should we do it anyway?
I
I mean, he's not got many bones to break.
Yeah. Your call.
Can I land the jet ski on the boat, please? If I can.
There's
like,
no
do
boat.
a run up or ship or.
It's like it's a spaceship. It's not. These are not seafaring vessels. The spaceships have crashed from orbit.
Oh, okay. So they're not like functioning. It's not like I can
No.
land and okay. Then maybe I won't throw myself onto a crashed spaceship. I would like to pull up very safely with the indicators on to the beach, please.
That is
Okay.
proper vehicle maneuvering.
Safety first. Even though she's just been discussing throwing them somewhere, but safety first.
Okay. You are able to land safely and effectively. And now that we are on soil and we're like within combat range, I'm going to do another roll, and I did find my page that tells me my advantages and disadvantages. So we're going to do a roll. This roll will set the tone, the mood, if you will, for all encounters you have on this patch of land as you go forward into combat. So you get 1d6 for just because you get one. Otherwise, you'd have nothing to roll. So that's why that works out. And then you get 1d for each major and advantage, but we also take one for major disadvantage. So I think you're going to get one because you are sneaky. You haven't been discovered yet. They don't know that you're coming. Are there any additional, is there a method in which you are all thinking of approaching this that would add to your advantage? Do you have a plan? Do you have an idea of how you're going forward? Any detail you can provide for me will give you an extra d6 if the plan is sound. If it's a crazy plan that makes no sense, then you lose a d6. So.
We want to separate them.
And we want to do it quietly.
Okay. Well, quietly. Quietly.
Well, at least at first, right? Otherwise, you're just going to alert the others.
Can probably
Yes.
cut a hole in the ship.
You could do that.
You
I am
can hear,
attached to the ship.
even from this distance, you can hear that they are fighting outside of the ships. The ships aren't occupied.
Very good. So we hurt them, not the ships.
I can offer medical aid to anyone injured if they stop fighting.
Where is the fun in that?
There like sticks on the ground or anything like that.
Why? What do you...
I'm unarmed. I'm gonna need a stick. Okay?
You're not carrying anything?
I don't think I am. I normally literally one of my moves is punch it. So
I mean, you have stuff that you started with. You as was mentioned before, this is kind of like when you have a stuff, it's kind of like a flashback situation. So you don't actually have to necessarily plan ahead for all the things you might have on you.
okay.
You basically have any of the stuff, that you have that you want.
Okay, then I reach around in my pockets and go, oh, when the hell did that get there? And I've got there's like a detonator.
But did that come with your playbook? You do have to play by the rules of your playbook.
Where is the playbook?
I don't know. What are you?
I'm a pilot, even though everyone keeps calling me the captain and I don't know what to do.
Well, no, you are just the captain of the ship, are you not?
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, you don't have
Underneath
to
where it
be.
says pilot, there's all that load stuff. That's all the
Yeah,
stuff. You can-
I'm finding it for you.
There's definitely a detonator on there.
There is a detonator.
Okay, then you have a detonator.
I love that you were like, you're not allowed a detonator.
Well, I asked you if it was on your loadout, and you were like, I don't know. I had to double check.
I can just hand her his detonator, and then we can have either way. Oh, we only brought detonators. That's all we got.
We were just like,
You
stop.
have a grappling hook. Do you know that?
No, but everything just got so much more interesting knowing I have it.
You
Where
have
the
an
hell is
assort-
grappling hook?
You have an assortment of hand tools. You have herbots.
I'm sorry, what?
You have what is
Herbots. You have herbots.
I'm assuming little robots.
They're like little robots.
Wismo.
They're Wismos.
Okay. But there are sticks on the ground if that's the route you want to go.
Hang
You
on.
tell
And
me.
she's holding the detonator. She's like, so
What does the detonator lead to? You have a detonator, but it has to detonate something.
oh no, like she's holding it and going, I'm thinking what? Explosion, center of this field, and
Okay, I have an idea that's really, it's out there.
great.
What if we get them to stop and we give them the lunches?
Oh, I like. But then, yeah, but
But
we didn't get 8
what will
sandwiches
we-
in the end.
Yes, what will we have for lunch if we give them the lunch?
That's the risky part.
Yeah.
Can you
I
split
understand.
4 sandwiches among that many people?
I'm not splitting my sandwich.
No,
I don't do that.
it is not bruschetta.
You're gonna have to kill them.
Even
then.
if it was. Like, we don't have to kill them. Wait. Hang on. So do these people have like guns or is it
Yes.
okay.
I could sunder them.
What?
It's fine.
Killing is wrong.
Why don't
Not
we
kill,
try and
more-
talk to them?
Do no harm.
Oh.
No, if he sees me, he will run.
Well then we and we can't see any of them, right? Correct?
Not from where you are now, but you can hear them.
Yeah.
And you have a good
idea.
idea of where they are based on like where the ships have crashed.
I kind of want to start sneaking around and sort of I look to Savannah, I'm like, we try to do this quietly. When you see him,
Mhm.
then you grab him.
I will grab.
Okay. It sounds like we're going for a sneak. We're going for some sneaks.
A sneaky sneak.
We're
This
going for
did
some
not
sneaky
go well for
sneaks.
me last time. So
Sneaky sneaks.
So you'll have your 1D for just the numbers, and then you'll have 1D because I think this is a good plan. It's bold. And you'll have 1D because your contact, Hachi, did provide some information for you. So you'll have 3D6 to set the tone of this engagement.
Perhaps I could provide some distraction by giving a moral dissertation on the problems with killing each other.
Well, the good thing is that you got a 6. So this is a controlled situation, which is really good. It means that you're going to be able to do a lot with not a lot of consequence. But from
You
here
assume
on
we get to
out,
keep all the sandwiches.
that depends on how well you roll when it comes to the sandwich.
The sandwich roll.
The sandwich roll.
Sandwich roll.
But right now,
Roll
you
for
guys are
sandwich.
starting from a pretty good position. You know where they are. They don't know where you are. You know that it's a small handful of ghosts, and a handful for me of boys is like 3. So it's 3 ghosts.
A handful of boys.
3 ghosts approximately, if you're basing off my handhold size, but I don't know. And 1 daemon and an archaeologist whose pottery is being destroyed. That's what you know.
And we want to save the pottery. Where's the pottery?
It's in the ground. Because this is an archaeological site. So
I know. I just didn't know if any had been dug up, and
some were dug up and they've already broken.
Is the archaeologist fighting?
No. Well, you don't know, but I'll tell you, he's not.
So he looks like he's
Damon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And accidentally everyone else. Yes. Continue.
Seeing all these ghosts, they're all in spacesuits, right? They've all got to wear these complicated apparatus.
Yep, they're all wearing hazmat suits.
Maybe we can just... Maybe they'll have to go back in the ship if we make little holes in them.
I was gonna say, can we just like sneak up and cut a hole in like the leg?
Yeah,
it's the same thing I was thinking about with the lightsaber. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, but you have to do it. Do you want to do that?
I'd like to sneak. Okay. Like if it's like Army Commando style.
Yeah.
First, so I'll have you all get closer. As you get closer, you can see that there is a ruin of like a temple-esque ruin, kind of like a classic ruin. Like when you think of ruins, this is it. It has everything. It has vines. It has pillars. It has a grand entrance hall that has fallen apart slightly. It has paintings on the ceiling. It's got it. And so you see this ruin, and around the ruin, you can see crates, a small makeshift tent, or camp rather, that includes like a tent and a fire pit, though the tent looks like it's been destroyed. It's fallen over and it looks really sad. It's slumped on the ground. And hiding in the ruins, exo-suited figures, humanoids. Hiding behind one of the crates is a figure you recognize, Sylvana, as Damon. And sitting on top of his broken tent is the archaeologist, and he has a face that he is just clutching to his chest. It's like a white gripped force.
And Imogen
no one has seen you yet.
To be like, go around the side, and she's sort of making her way to go around the side of the temple to try and get in behind these suited ghosts.
Mm.
And she is trying to be stealthy, like real hard.
Okay. What is everyone else doing as Imogen tries to sneak up?
Sylvana will be trying to sneak up behind Damon.
Okay.
Right behind Damon.
Okay. The other 2?
I think Matey is gonna follow Sylvana.
Okay.
Is he doing it stealthily?
It probably won't help you.
All right.
He's going to go in Imogen's direction with his sword drawn and otherwise stealthy.
Okay. I think that this will be a prowess roll from everyone. Just a straight prowess roll. So however many dots you have in the leftmost column will be your prowess roll. Let's start from my screen on the top. I have Alice, Rich, Hands, and then I'm sorry, I've forgotten your handle.
Chantel.
Chantel. It's so nice when I have like players' names, but then sometimes I'm like, I've forgotten your real name because now you're Sylvana to me.
Where's the prowess roll?
It's one of the skills. So your 3 skills are insight, prowess, and resolve.
It's the middle grouping.
Yeah.
It's a heading.
Oh, maybe. Oh, I see it. Yeah. No.
So it'll be the leftmost column.
Mm-hmm.
However many dots you have in that leftmost column will be how many you have. So Imogen will start with you.
I only have one.
All right.
Prowess, I believe. Okay. So I roll just 1d6, or
Yep.
yeah, just,
You will have advantages if we need them.
I'm gonna use an advantage because I really want to stealth this. So
Okay.
1, 5.
All right. So on a 5, you know that. So you can either try and do something different. As you move forward, you kind of take in sight everything that's between you and them. And you realize that there's a lot of land to navigate and that it may be very difficult. So if you want, you can try and do something else, or you can continue forward with this, but there will be a complication. And that complication will be that you will knock this situation from controlled to risky. You'll be able to succeed and sneak forward effectively, but now for everyone else and for you moving forward, it will be a risky situation.
It's so very Imogen. I think she might turn back and look at the others, and it's like, I could create a distraction. And I mean hands up, walk forward.
Well, first let's do Mady and Sylvana, because you two were kind of sneaking at the same time. So let's go for your sneak rolls. What I'll do, Sylvana, is I'll have Mady be supporting you, so you can have an extra d6, and then Mady doesn't have to make a roll.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so that's 3d6. And just roll it twice if I want to use the advantage.
The way that we were doing advantage is that it just is an extra dice. So you would get 4d6. Because
So I get
this game
4d6.
only uses one dice, whichever roll is the highest. So
Right. So that's
Okay.
a 4.
So you have kind of the same thought as you're going to move forward. There isn't too much space between yourself and Damon, so you can get to him unseen. But for a good portion of it, you would be exposed to where the ghosts are. And you don't know whether or not they can see you or if they will see you, but it seems to be an understandable risk. You can either change your course of path. So anytime in this game you get a certain type of success, you kind of get this insight. This insight is either you can do something else or you can continue doing what you want to do and something happens. Because Alice's decision will affect whether or not this moves from a controlled to a risky, I'll say, Sylvana, you will suffer a bit of harm if you move forward.
Can I take that harm instead?
No. Well, actually,
Because I'm assisting, so
yes. So that will be kind of your devil's bargain, Sylvana. You can move forward and get behind Damon unseen, but Mady will not be able to make it, and he will take harm from one of the ghosts.
it's a good bargain. Do it.
I will do this.
Okay.
I will do this thing.
And Kai, what were you doing?
I am following along behind Imogen and also have my sword drawn.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and make a roll as well?
Okay, this is me sneaking.
Yeah. Prowess.
Prowess roll. Ooh, very bad.
Not very powerful.
Oh.
So
Rolling the same number.
this is what happens kind of all at once. Imogen and Kai, you are moving forward with the intent of sneaking up on these ghosts. Sylvana and Mady, you are moving forward. And right as Imogen, you are starting to realize that you don't think you're going to be able to make it to the ghosts. You kind of turn around and you're motioning to everyone like, hey, I need your attention. I don't know what to do. Silvana, you press forward and you are able to get up right behind Damon. But before you're able to grab him, although you are within grabby range, one of the ghosts shouts and they fire a blaster pistol at Matey. And Matey, as soon as you take that hit, it's just going to be 1 mark of harm. So it won't be too much because it just kind of glances off of you. Kai, you are suddenly notice that the other ghost has zoned in on you and he knows exactly where you are.
Now, what is I have 2 armor. What does that do?
So you can, anytime in this game you want to be like, I don't want to take a harm, you can resist. Resistances always succeed. It just, how well you resist depends on your roll and what happens. So sometimes when you resist, it could be you get rid of the damage altogether. Or it could be that you suffer lesser harm. Because this is the least amount of harm you could suffer, if you wanted to make a resistance roll, you just wouldn't take the damage.
Sure, I'd like to resist.
Okay, let me double check what resistance how those rolls work. Da, 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 da. Where is it in my book? Huh? Hmm? Huh? Where it is. So you resist. You did a good job.
Yeah.
Nice. The rules are unclear to me at this time, so they work in your favor.
This was part of the reason I was designed like this.
All right, what is everyone doing now? The situation has now been downgraded to risky because you have all been noticed, or at least half of you have been noticed.
If all of the ghosts are now very aware of
They're aware of Kai and Matey.
I think then Imogen may panic a little bit, especially that her friend has been spotted. Can I use my grappling hook and literally try and swing it round all 3 of them if it's their legs and just pull them over?
Yes.
Thank God.
I think that is going to be a scrap roll, unless you
Okay.
think it's something else.
No, I think scrap is. I'm just seeing if I've got any actual skills to. No, I haven't.
Okay. You don't have any scrap?
No.
Okay. So you'll get 2d6 and you'll take the lowest unless you want to use an advantage, and then you can take the highest.
If I have an advantage, I will use it. Oh dear.
Okay. You...
She's trying so hard.
Yeah, I know.
She puts so much effort into just life.
You fire your grappling hook, and it does manage to wrap around the legs of the ghosts. They were all kind of standing close together. But as you've fired it, you lose your grounding and you fall face forward. They're all tangled up technically, but they're still standing.
Okay, if they're
Silvana,
doing... Oh, sorry, go on.
Silvana and Matey, what are you 2 doing?
Silvana is right behind Damon. She's going to say boo and sunder him if she can.
What if
So
you
she's-
sunder someone, is that you ripping them apart?
No, well, not
Like if you
physically.
tear someone asunder?
If I tear someone asunder, yes, I'm ripping them apart. If I sunder their mind, however,
Oh, okay.
they are physically intact. I'm just trying to disable for
Okay.
now.
Do you need to make a roll for that? It's one of your skills, right?
It's one of my skills. I attune to the way using my cat's cradle. And then I twist it a little bit to a new angle.
Okay.
And I cause psychic harm to anyone in the area vulnerable to the assault.
And you're focusing it just on him?
I'm focusing it on him.
Okay. Yeah, you say boo, and you have a Russian accent, but I myself cannot do a Russian accent. So
That is fine.
Damon will have a different accent than you.
It's
Let's see
fine.
if I can do one. He'll be like, nope. I don't think I can do it. He'll be like, mother, why have you done? That's not Russian. That's bad. What I just did was bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, anyone who has a Russian accent, how terrible that was. He'll turn to you and he'll be like, you, and then he'll kind of feel that effect and his face will scrunch up and he'll go still. And he was reaching out to you when you had started that effect, but he freezes now as he just seems to be like racked with terrible pain, but he is physically unharmed, although he is kind of like stuck in this weird, like he's in so much pain and his mind is under such assault that he can't move.
I'm going to grab his head
doing?
and gently lower him to the ground and say, shh.
Okay. You can do that. Kai, what are you doing?
Well, as much as I want to lightsaber people, I feel like Imogen has already set up all the good work here, and all I really have to do is tug on this rope that she's already set.
There's a button.
Yeah.
It's like a retractable button.
I'm gonna tug on the rope.
Okay.
You don't want too many moving parts in this thing if I'm touching it. So
Yeah, they're already tangled up, so it's not you don't really need to do any extra effort. So you are able to press the button and the rope recalls, the grappling hook line recalls, and the three ghosts tumble to the ground. Matey, is there anything in particular you want to do?
Yes. Matey will look at Sylvana and ask her, would you like me to carry him off of the battlefield?
Yes, please.
So he will just scoop up Damon and try to leave the battlefield.
Okay.
You ruined another ship.
Yeah, the ghosts are like, they're out. They hit their heads really hard. They're unconscious. And the archaeologist who is kind of cradling this face, he comes up to you and he goes, oh my goodness. Oh, I thought they were going to destroy everything. It was awful.
Well done. You protected this vase.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, as soon as the fighting started, I just kind of fight or flight, kicked in, and I thought, I can't run, but I can fight for this vase. And it was hairy there for a second. I didn't think I'd be able to make it, but I have it.
while he's holding that vase, I think we should go check out those ships.
Gets up from being face down in the dirt for a while. This happens a bit too often. She sort of pushes herself up and is like, we're gonna do it quick.
So I'll give you two an option. We can do just like a super quick, like cursory search, or if you want it to be more in detail, we can do this next session.
I'm good with that. I mean, I'm good either way.
Either way.
Okay. Let's save that to next session so we can kind of wrap up Sylvana and Matey's personal quest here. So Sylvana and Matey, you do have Damon.
Thank you.
And you have your ship. It definitely looks like it's taken a bit of damage, but it's still in flying order.
Oh. Yes, I will go to my ship. Do you want to come with me?
I cannot leave this planet without my captain, but I can deliver your babe to the ship.
Yes, please. There are many babes, but just this one I need.
Ah, yes. I hope my captain has found a babe.
Yeah, Matey, as you're saying, you know, as Sylvana says, there are many babes, but this is the only one I need. You redefine your babe parameters, And you do confirm that this is actually the only babe that fits those parameters that Sylvana is looking for.
Criteria has been updated. Just pops him down in a seat, I guess, and buckles him in.
What kind of ship is it, Sylvana?
It's your standard rocket.
Okay. Are there crew quarters? Is there a bed?
Yes, there are bunks built into the side.
Okay. Cool. What's the name
and
of
there
the ship?
is oddly a fireplace.
Ooh, very
and
sensual.
a single chair.
Very sexy.
Sit in front of the
In front of the fireplace.
In front of the fireplace.
Is there a
and
chair in the navigation part, or is it just the one chair in front of the fireplace?
There's one chair in front of the fireplace and one chair for navigating.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
What's the name of the ship?
The Loom.
The Loom. Okay.
Is there a wampa skin rug in front of the fireplace?
I think you know me.
You have successfully gotten the Loom back.
Yes.
And you know this is your ship, and you aren't necessarily a mechanic, but you have fixed this ship. You've had it for a long time. And so you're able to very quickly diagnose what ails the ship. And you know that you'll be able to get her up and flying very shortly.
I may have lied. This is also my babe.
Parameters updated again.
And Imogen and Kai, as you're standing there watching Sylvana and Mady walk onto this strange rocket ship that's very sleek and much, much better looking than the ship that you have, the archaeologist comes up to you, Imogen, and he says, wow, that was really impressive what you did with the grappling hook, and I want you to have something.
First of all, she's like, thank you. And for a moment, sort of trying to dust off. She's wearing very, very white clothes, so I'm guessing it's just covered in dirt now.
Yeah.
As she stands there next to her companion carrying a weird baby thing on the front of him. Like, it's just my job, sir.
I want you to have this. And he reaches into the vase. And as he reaches into the vase, he wraps his fingers around something, and then he attempts to pull his hand out of the vase, but it doesn't come out all the way. And he goes, oh, shoot.
She'll watch him struggle.
Hold on, shoot. And he puts it between his arm, and he shoot. And then he puts it between his knees. Shoot. Does anyone have any liquid? Shoot.
No, they don't let it pass customs.
No one has any liquid on them?
I look to the ocean we just crossed.
He holds it up and there's just a vase. There's a vase on his hand. No, I need a different type of liquid, like some type of slippery stuff.
A gel.
Yes, I need a gel. Do you have a gel on you?
And I throw my head back and I'm like, matey! like, sort of.
Yes.
Yes. We have urgent need of
And it runs over. Yes, how can I be of assistance?
I need a gel. My hand is stuck in this vase. It's a priceless artifact.
I mean, I could just...
No!
Okay, yeah.
No!
Are you holding something?
Yes.
Let go of it.
But I need to get it out.
Could you not just pour it out?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could. And he puts the vase on the ground and he opens his hand and pulls his hand out. And then he takes the vase and he says, hold out your hand. Imogen, you. I don't know your name. You, hold out your hand.
Just holds it off.
And he pours the vase out, and in your hand falls a wooden carving of a strange unknown beast.
that this is what you wanted to give. This is what you didn't want to let go of.
Yeah, it's a priceless artifact, and I'm giving it to you because you did something really cool here.
Priceless, you say?
You can't sell it. It's actually illegal to sell artifacts. So you just have to keep it, and it has no value outside of like kind of personal attachment. It doesn't do anything.
I mean, I'm so glad you've given this to me.
It's made out of a hard fungus that the ancient Mamesh used.
Yeah.
The fungus would actually grow because they're subaquatic. It would actually grow on their feet, and they would kind of scrape the fungus off of their feet flippers and shape it into strange things. And that is one of them. So you're welcome. It's a great gift.
It is a great honor to be tasked with the protection of a species' history.
Yeah, thank you.
Foot fungus.
Mm-hmm. Flipper fungus.
Flipper fungus, I'm sorry.
Flungus, if you would.
I will guard this flungus with my life.
How much does it look like lava?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Not at all. It looks like it's a little tiny face with big pointy ears and big eyes, and it seems to be swaddled in some type of cloth.
Okay, wait, is this thing alive?
No.
Oh, thank God.
But now that you say it, that's really cool, and I may bring that in. Maybe if you put it in water, maybe it'll come alive. I don't know.
I could grow my own flipper fungus child.
And I think
I'm like, Kai, if we got a vase on the ship because I got plans for this thing.
It's a growing family.
This is great. This is literally found family trope. It's made family. It's grown family.
And we just have one new pet every episode.
Our ship is going to be chaos.
I don't see why not. Silvana, Mady, what are the last things you would like to do as you are tasked with going your separate ways from these strange friends you've made?
I will briefly return and say, nice fungus.
It is, isn't it?
Thank you for your help in retrieving my babe, and congratulations on your new babe.
Just looks and smiles back at you. She doesn't know what to do right now with this weird, big-eared fungus.
Goodbye, matey.
Thank you for providing entertainment for this visit to Mesh. Mem.
Your charm is working.
Aha!
And she'll just return to her ship and sit in front of the fireplace for a bit.
Nice.
Leave us all outside in the cold. Just get cozy on board.
I mean, she's not lighting the fireplace because I realize I'm in Australia and it's really
She stands at the window. Imogen stands at the window and raises the little fungus child up in the cold and like, do you have a jar of water?
She leaves the window, gets to the door, small bowl of water.
Thank you. I'd like to lay my fungus child in it and then hold the bowl, please. I'm taking the bowl. I take the bowl.
I'll trade you a sandwich.
No.
No.
Not my sandwich.
Not my sandwich.
That's the real pirate life. You just leave.
Just smile and walk away.
I have recorded all the events that have occurred today and will recount them to my Captain Sara. He will be most pleased.
Right. Well, I think that's where we'll end today's session. On that wholesome note.
Awesome, thank
Masterpiece
you.
there.
Right, we'll head round. Again, plug yourself, and we'd love to hear your favorite bit of the game today. So I will start. Let's start in the normal order. The very lovely Hans. Let's start with Hans. Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Hans. I do this game. I'm here for this right now. I'm trying to decide at what point exactly Heavenly actually killed me during this game. I don't think I actually really want to recall, but it was good. This whole thing was good. All you have to do is get Heavenly to describe things, which is why she has a podcast that you can hear her describe things in. So make sure you follow Heavenly so you can find out about that podcast.
The best podcast.
This was just so much fun, and it was great playing with Quixotic and Chantel. Thank you guys.
Awesome, thank you. And then we're going to head down to Quixotic.
There you go. You got it. Hello, I'm Rich, aka Quixotic. You can find my voice on the Fangirls podcast, which is a podcast about a group of women on a road trip to get a secret showing of episode 9 of Star Wars. I play one of their husbands. My favorite part of this had to be the flippers. They're just amazing.
Perfect, wonderful, thank you. And then we're going to head round to the lovely Chantel B. Oh, hi.
Yes, I am Chantel B. You can find me at Chantel B on Twitter. I have been playing much more serious games than this, so I've been having a great time with this. This is fantastic. Playing Vampire the Masquerade with Paris by Night, which is at Paris by Night VTM. You can find them there. And playing D&D on Saturday mornings for everyone else that's not in Australia at the Roll Society. So I'm having a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Favorite bit? Anything to do with description ever.
Awesome, thank you. And then we'll, last but certainly not least, Heavenly before I...
I'm Heavenly. I was your crypt keeper, your keeper of horrors, and the keeper of your good times. And I'm so glad that you gave me those good times to keep, and I hope I kept them safe, and I hope that I returned them to you. You can find me on Twitter at that is my real name. That is spelled THT. I realized in telling people that was my Twitter handle at PAX that like the way that I describe it makes no sense. So I'm gonna have to keep workshopping different ways of like telling people what my handle is. My favorite bit was just everyone reacting to me and giving me things to go off of. I know that my games can be very silly and very weird, and sometimes people don't know how to roll with that because it's like very kind of out of left field. And so I always really love when I have players who are willing to just be like, I'm suspending all belief and I'm gonna yes and everything. And you all often make my hijinks even more possible by just saying weird things yourself. And like, I love when people like try and one up me to see who can get weirder, because that really creates some beautiful moments. And I love these player games because I love that there are two players who can really just inflict as much chaos as they want and then leave and not have to deal with any of the consequences. I think that's such a powerful tool.
Wonderful, thank you. I'm Alice, also White Rabbit Pick on Twitter. You can check out my Patreon and everything. I remembered. You can check out my Patreon and everything else down there. My favorite bits was just seeing again everyone interact. I love space shenanigans. It's my favorite kind. And our two guests were amazing, so I really loved it. Also, my new weird bowl baby is definitely going to be called Sara. So Otherwise, please check out the links that are coming up in chat. If you miss anything, you can head over to YouTube and see all the playlists and catch up or binge watch or rewatch again. Also, Discord, there is a channel for this. We'd love to hear what you think of the Hika Guard. Also, a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors in the form of the Deck of Many with the moving magic spell cards, which look at him go, look at him jig. There he goes. And also the wonderful Humblewood. Also Mage Hand Press. More space, different space, D&D in space, good space. And last but certainly not least, sorry, okay. Who you can see the amazing minis on screen often in most of our games. They got some really awesome stuff too, so please go check them out. Otherwise, keep evoking emotions, and we see you next time. Bye.